Hello, my name is Bunty, and in this short video I'm going to show you the 5 things that I've been making gold on in terms of jewel crafting the day before Shadowlands. So Shadowlands is getting released tomorrow night. This is being recorded on a Sunday, and I've got a few days worth of jewel crafting sales, so I'm going to run through what's been selling well for me. So let's open the mailbox, because obviously a picture paints 1,000 words. So in the last few days I have sold 56,000 gold's worth of purely jewel crafting bits and pieces. Now, to give a bit of context in this, I'm playing on a NA server at the moment, Dalaran, which is a full population server, and I'm not sitting there camping the auction house. I haven't even got a Brutus on this account, so this is throwing things on at a competitive price and seeing what goes. So, first things first, old or vanilla rings and necklaces. We've got a lot of new players coming in at the moment, getting involved in Exile's Reach, getting alts leveled up in preparation for Shadowlands, building an alt army. The old rings and necklaces are making me money. So if you have a look through here, this is for a few days ago. Simple opal rings, jade rings, malachite rings, sapphire signets, all these little tiny rings for a few hundred gold, 50 gold here, 8 gold for that one. I'm throwing all of them on and they're selling particularly well. Now, what I would say the tip with this is not to overprice these rings. So I have a TSM operation. I have one listed up at any time. If I've happened to create a few more as part of my boosting through the jewel crafting profession, I've thrown them all on. They just get put on at the same price as everybody else's. With the exception is I will not throw any of these rings on for thousands of gold. So for instance, one of my rings, if I use a TSM operation, will go on for maybe 2,000 or 3,000 gold. No one is going to buy that for a low level character. So one of those rings I have to manually put on myself. But other than that, I look to try and sell the rings from anywhere from a few gold to a couple of hundred gold. I think the most expensive thing, well, this aquamarine signet has gone for 380. I think the most expensive thing I've got here maybe is about 500 gold in terms of a ring. So the old rings, the old necklaces, if you can get the bits cheap, we're happy to go and farm it up yourself, which is probably what I would do. Throw them on there. So you're not going to get massive amount of profit per ring. You know, we're talking maybe 50, 100, 200 gold per item, but throw it on there because they do go. And try and put one of everything on. I've also got a restock operation as well. So as soon as things sell, I can just restock my jewel crafting. I've got a my reagent bank is just full of the old mats, and then I can just create another heavy silver ring, for instance, throw it on the auction house, job done. They're going quite well. The second thing is gems. Now, gems are a bit of a funny one, and most of the time I create the gems either as part of boosting my jewel crafting profession, or if I've got some gems kicking around. Now, I have found, in the last couple of days, that some of the perfect gems which you create sell quite well. I sold 16 perfect solid Chalstone there for 671. Then I sold, if you look above that, the perfect precise bloodstone for 94 gold. Now, in terms of my operation of these, because sometimes these can be a little bit hit and miss, I have a maximum price for any of these perfect gems, and that is 99 gold. It's a manual price that I put in myself. I don't think anyone is really, for these old sort of Kata gems, Northrend gems, going to be spending hundreds of gold. So, although you may have competition on there who is selling it for 700, 800 plus gold, I throw it in for 99 gold. If someone sees my gems for 99 gold and decide they're just going to buy it to reset the market, great. At Chalcedony is probably about 2, 3, 4 gold on my server. So I'm making 90 gold each one of these, and if it's a perfect one, maybe a little bit more. So it's really, really good. So that's something I would look to do as well. Again, they're going to be probably a little bit slower to sell than some of the old rings and the necklaces, but they do go particularly well. The third thing I've got on my list is a bit of a strange one. So let me just show you what it is in jewel crafting. And this is utilising the relics of the past. Now, I know relics of the past took a bit of a nerf or a bit of a hit in recent weeks because the vendor flip and you can't do stuff with this. But I found a way of actually making a bit of profit with these relics of the past. And what I'm selling are the BFA low rings. So the Soulstone ring, the Cubeline ring, and the Golden Beryl ring. So if I go into the Soulstone ring, for instance, you can see on here that the Soulstone ring is requires level 45. It's an item level 52 ring. You get stamina and critical strike. You've got a socket on there as well as receiving a random additional stat. So whether you get some mastery or something in there as well. So normally, if you look on my server, those rings are going for 40 gold. As of 42 minutes ago, the cheapest on there is 40 gold, and the crafting cost of this is 54 gold. So no one really in their right mind, unless you kind of boost in Jewelcrafting, is going to be looking to make these and sell these. Well, I am, and the reason being is I'll throw in there a Relic of the Past. So if you add the optional reagent and throw in a level 1 Relic of the Past, now these Relic of the Past on my server I can pick up for somewhere around about 8, 9, 10 gold as Relics of the Past. What that does to this Soulstone ring, and any of the other rings above this up to Golden Beryl ring, is this now turns this into a level 14 ring. And at level 14 you've got an item level 19 ring which gives you stamina, critical strike, a socket and an additional stat as well, and I've been selling these particularly well. So again, with these ones I haven't quite figured out a way, or I haven't created a TSM group to do this. I'm kind of throwing these on manually at the moment. I'm not throwing these on at 40 gold, I'm throwing them on at say 200 to 300 gold. Again, I'm very much of your mindset, they need to be affordable. If you're level 14, level 15 and you're going to buy one of these rings, you're not going to be spending a great deal of money on a ring where in a few levels time potentially you're going to be looking to get new gear. So if I go to the mailbox, so this is the Soulstone ring, type in here Soulstone, you can see I've sold a couple of these already. So before the auction house cut, this was what, 399, 400 gold for each one of these rings. So that's a Soulstone ring. The Golden Beryl ring, you can see I've sold 4 of these as well, each one of those going for about 300 gold. So again, what you can do is you can take a very simple item such as these basic BFA rings, and this is the Aurora and the Fire Flash. You can take those rings, add to them a Relic of the Past level 1, which is 10 gold, and you can make a lot more than the 40 gold than you get for the ring. Now I haven't experimented with any of the Relics of the Past socket level 2, 3, etc. I've just been throwing the level 1s in, and I've been getting some results as well. And clearly you can see on this is just the last couple of days. So I'm still going to keep pushing these out, and I always make sure I've got one of these rings listed at any one stage. So again, if this is not something that you're looking at, maybe knock one of the Soulstone, the Golden Beryl and the other 2 rings as well, get them on the auction house and see how you fare. Okay, the next thing I've been making a little bit of money on are this is a 4th item, are the prospecting. Now the prospecting can be a little bit hit and miss, and there's a bit of RNG involved in this as well. But the 2 things I've been prospecting on the side here, for an example, is both the platinum ore and the osminite ore, which is down here as well. So both of these 2 stacks, this stuff here is from the platinum, and this is 200 ore, and this here is from the osminite ore, and again that's prospecting 200 ore. So if we look at the platinum to begin with, and let's look in terms of scrap value. So we've got 6 green gems up in the top here in these first 6 slots, and then we've got 6 blue gems, and the bottom one is a Kraken's Eye, and I got 11 of that. So all these numbers are from 200 ore. Again, I did say there's a little bit of RNG involved in this, what you get. But this is what I've got from 200. So if we scrapped all of this, the scrap value from all of this together is going to be about 330 gold, and that's if you scrap the entire lot. So if you can get your platinum ore for 1 gold or 1 gold 50, 1 gold 50 times 200 is going to give you 300. So you already got more than a scrap value from this straight off the bat. If you can get your platinum ore for like 1 gold 20, you're going to be making profit. Now, of course, your server, you might be able to sell some of these gems. For me, the Soulstone, the Golden Beryls and the Cubalites, etc., I can use them in the rings that I'm making, which I put the Relic of the Past 1 in. So I kind of don't need to scrap them, I can just use them anyway. On my realm, the auction house price is pretty much what the vendor sell price is anyway, which is 2 gold 50. Now the blue gems, again, you can use some of this if you want to make something like the Owl's Eye rings or the Tidal Amethyst rings. Again, you're going to need some expulsum to do that, and they do sell. Or you can just vendor them as well. The only one on my realm at the moment which has got a price, more than sort of really above vendor price, is the Amber Blaze, which is going for 15 gold. So again, I could try and sell that. And then the Kraken's Eye, although it says 7 gold on here at the moment, normally I can sell the Kraken's Eye for probably around about 30 gold a piece. So again, you can see where profit can come from for platinum ore. Now the osminite ore is a slightly different kettle of fish, and again, you need to be a bit careful with the prices on this. The Sage Agate I tend to keep, which we'll discuss more about in a moment. But again, that's got a region market value of like 200 gold. So again, check what that is on yours. The Leviathan Eye has got about a region market value of 60, and this other one down here, the Azurine, has got a region market value of 131. Now, if I vendor sold all these top gems, Dark Opals, Sea Currents, all these ones up the top there, because they don't really go for anything, I don't use them for anything, and then look to sell these for roughly what they're going on my server, I would get back about 1,080 gold from this. Now, if you can buy 200 Osmanite, if I can buy 200 Osmanite for less than 1,000 gold, again, I'm making a little bit of a profit on this. As I said, I use the Sage Agate myself. The rest of the stuff I don't tend to use, so I try and sell them. And I have sold some of these gems before in the past. I haven't got any in the mailbox, I've removed them. But yeah, this would be the second sort of prospecting flip that I would look at. If you can get this, and I've picked up the Osmanite as cheap as 2 gold 50, so 2 gold 50 times 200 is 500 gold, and I've got over 1,000 gold's worth there. So again, it's something to look at as well as the platinum ore. And the final thing I'm going to cover in this very short video, and which has been making me the most money actually, are the speed gems. Now the speed gems, there's 2 different gems you can pick up. There is the, in fact, let's show you in Jewelcrafting if you weren't aware. You have got the straddling Sage Agate, and you've got the straddling Viridium. Now I referred to the Sage Agate before, so you just need a Sage Agate gem, you turn that into this straddling Sage Agate, which gives you a plus 5% movement speed, and then you've got the straddling Viridium, which will give you a 3% movement speed. Now each one of those are unique equipped. Now I've been selling a lot of these over the last few days, so if I go into my mailbox and just type in Sage Agate, this is all of them I've sold in the last sort of 3 days. Now I've added these up, and I have sold at least, because I might have deleted some up in my mailbox, at least 75 of these. Now the Sage Agate I can generally pick up off the auction house for about 70 to 80 gold, unless I get it through prospecting myself. Clearly, then I don't need to. And each one of these I've been selling for at least 400 up to 800 gold each. So you can see there's vast profit in that, and you can turn these around very, very quickly. 75 in the last few days is, fantastic. This is the only thing out of everything I've shown you so far that potentially 2 or 3 times today I might just go and throw 5 on the auction house and another 5 to make sure I'm top of the pile, because other people are selling these as well. Now the Viridium, the straddling Viridium gems are not quite as good profit as this. And I've sold in the last few days, this couple of days, I've sold 35 of these. They're somewhere around about 20 gold each, although you can see on the odd exception here they've gone up for like 50 gold. So again, it's a bit of a varied sort of markup for this. And again, I just pick that gem up during the prospecting anyway. So this one I don't tend to sort of mind the auction house. I just throw them up and see if they sell. But the straddling Sage Agate I have been. So you can see, just in terms of the last few days, just as a recap from what I've been selling, this is what 3 or 4 days worth, and I've sold 56,000. Well, I've made 56,000 in the auction house. Clearly some of the rings and bits and pieces I did need to make, but you wouldn't make anything if you weren't going to make a profit on. But the speed gems, especially the straddling Sage Agate, check see what they are on your server. If you're going to make a really good profit, or there's not a great deal of competition on there, and you're a dual crafter, get them made, get them thrown on there. And people are going to need these for Shadowlands. Although they're unique equipped, people are going to grab these. They're going to grab the plus 3%, give them plus 8% altogether, and they're going to go into Shadowlands with them. Especially if you've got the low scale rings as well. So there we go. That's it. Very quick video of how I've been making gold the last few days using Jewelcrafting as a profession, without even looking at any of the Shadowlands stuff, which is getting released tomorrow. I hope you found this useful. If you've got anything that you've been selling in terms of Jewelcrafting which I haven't covered, I actually haven't got all my Jewelcrafting professions done. Like Kata hasn't been fully developed for mine, Legion hasn't been fully developed, so I dare say there's other gold mines in there. But if you have found any others, leave them in the comment section below. And yeah, happy gold making with your Jewelcrafting. And until next time, goodbye.